guess I started running probably in my mid-40s. If I wasn't able to exercise and run and do the things I like to do, that would absolutely destroy what to me is the most important part of my life. I was training actually for a marathon in France. I felt I was lacking in energy. I was having to stop more. I wasn't able to keep the pace I would normally keep, so I went to my family physician and he said, you're in AFib.
Atrial fibrillation is an abnormality of rhythm primarily involving the upper chambers of the heart. Patients may feel incredibly short of breath, they have no stamina, they may not be able to exercise at all.
They told me that I would have to be taking medication for the rest of my life. And that didn't sit well.
Antiarrhythmic medications, as we call them, can actually be very, very toxic. You name an organ, it potentially can damage that organ.
That was the big thing for Jack, was not wanting to be on any medication, and there were other answers.
We're taking specialized instruments that we can place into the heart and burn away those areas that are causing the short circuits that put people into atrial fibrillation. One of the biggest advances that has been made in this area is the developing of three-dimensional mapping systems. And the Carto 3 system is one of the most advanced of those mapping systems available.
Carto 3 allowed us to visualize catheters in a virtual three-dimensional model of the heart.
And then you can actually navigate through this three-dimensional model and be able to deliver the therapy exactly where you want to deliver it.
I first heard about Jack Dennison in the spring of 2010. By the time he came to see me, he'd been having atrial fibrillation on and off for 4 years.
We developed a very good rapport right from that day one, and we were comfortable with coming here and look forward to being drug-free.
The company that created Carto 3 is called Biosense Webster. It's a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson.
They've really been at the forefront of helping us deliver better therapy for our patients.
I know the company, I know people who work at the company, I know their dedication, and I trust their products. The three main new features that Carto 3 had introduced are FAM, or Fast Anatomic Mapping, ACL, or Advanced Catheter Localization, and the connection of choice.
With fast anatomical mapping, you can take specialized wires, otherwise known as catheters, and by sweeping the catheter around the heart, the system can actually detect where the walls are, where you come into contact, and generate a three-dimensional rendering of whichever chamber, or even the entire heart if you wanted to.
ACL, or Advanced Catheter Localization, is the feature of the system that allows us to visualize multiple electrodes and multiple catheters at the same time. The connection of choice allows us to use that system as a base for our procedures. All the catheters from all manufacturers for any procedure in the lab can be connected with the Carto 3 system. We brought Jack for the ablation procedure. The procedure went incredibly smoothly. We were able to map Jack's heart and successfully get rid of his arrhythmia. Now a year following the procedure, Jack has had no atrial fibrillation, and for at least the last 9 months, he has been off all of his medications.
We did our 720-kilometer bike ride, and the heart rate performed 100% perfectly.
A lot of patients said that we've returned their life back. They're 90% better, 100% better.
It's been wonderful. We don't worry about his heart anymore. We assume now that things are good, and we're looking forward to the next 20 years.
He's back to a very, very high level of fitness exercise. For my patients, I choose Carto 3.
Hope to be retired in the next 2 or 3 years and be able to use our life the way we should be for those remaining years.